Right, hopefully I'm live. Let me just see. Here we go. I think I'm on. I've got the huge delay, as always, but I'm here, and that's the main thing. Let's just make sure, let's just say hi. Hey, Marcy. Here she is. Right, okay, cool. So today I'm going to turn myself off. I'm going to look at the other screen because I can't bear the delay. It frustrates me. So I'm just going to go and just grab up the comments on my page. So for those of you who don't know or are catching the replay and aren't inside of my group, yesterday I announced its closure. Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, it was all very scary. But I had my reasons. And I'll just go through just a couple of them very briefly. First reason was about a month ago now, maybe a little bit longer, I made the decision to bring over my live trainings onto my Facebook page. Here I am, as usual, doing it live on my Facebook page. So I've already started the transition, but the plan was that I would basically keep my group and my page, spread myself over both, and I would do things like Q&As inside of my group to give more tailored help, and then come over onto my page to basically provide the kind of regular trainings, which is one of the reasons why I've come on today, and I'm going to be answering the question on how much is too much. So that's kind of the reason I'm here. I'm just making sure. Sorry, I just had a message come through. That's no good. Right, okay. Just making sure that I've got my comments up. Oh no! Hopefully that works. That's not helpful. It goes into the live itself. I'm just going to have to just not look at the comments for the moment. That's fine. Why does it always have technical issues? I'm still getting used to this weird, the weird bar at the bottom, doing it all professionally, but I guess I'm just going to have to suck it up and get professional and get used to doing it. But yeah. So I started to do that. I spread myself way too thin. I wanted to be in both places. I couldn't do it. It just became like butter spread too thin, and it just wasn't working out time wise. Plus, it really wasn't working out in terms of me hiding in a group and hiding a bunch of people inside of the group when we're all striving to be high profile, visible experts in our fields. And so it wasn't in alignment or in congruence with my overall outcome, which is to be the white hot credible expert in your fields. In order to become that person, you can't be hiding out in groups. At the end of the day, and this might offend a few people, and I don't mean it to, it just will, is that you are basically playing small if you are sticking inside of your group. And so I had to kind of go, Jen, take a little look in the mirror. That's what you think. Why are you still in your group? Why are you still hiding away? And why are you still hiding away your so-called ideal clients inside a Facebook group when they want the same as you? So I decided, for the good of the group, for the good of myself, my own energy, my strategy, and my outcome, I decided to shut it down. But there was also something which contributed to this as well, which is a little bit controversial. And I'd broken my rule when it came to delivering value and giving away my gold. And I'll tell you what I thought, what I originally thought, and kind of my new perspective on that. And it's not really a new perspective. I basically broke my own rule, but it's basically a slap on the hand to say, okay, I don't think you should be doing that anymore. And there may be people out there who disagree with me. If you do, fabulous. Pop your opinion in the comments and let me know. So I'm just going to go back and I will check the comments a second just to make sure no one else is talking to me. No, nobody else is talking to me. I obviously have two silent ninjas. I can see I've got two people watching me. Whoever you are, just comment and let me know, because I did a live earlier on today as a guest expert spotlight at the Women's Business Club, and I had several people watching me and nobody said hi, and I really would love to say hi to people. So anyway, that's just by the by. So anywho, my stance on this has always been give away your gold, give away your value, because if people see you doing that they will go, wow, if this is her, her free stuff, imagine what her paid stuff is like. And I still stand by that. I do not disagree with that statement. I still think that's the perfect way to go about nurturing your audience and showing your worth, showing your value, and getting them to, giving them a real taster of what you're all about, so that they basically absolutely adore the pants off you. So when it comes to your, people coming onto calls, there is no convincing, they're already sold. They just want to know how to work with you. That's my method. That's what I stick by. However, I also say that there becomes a point where you have to draw the line, and you can get into this mode of death by inbox, is how I call it. And many people would see that as 1,000,001 emails, and in the social media world these days, it's also about having 1,000,001 messages in your inbox too, right? But these types of emails and messages are from brain pickers or people who just want to ask a question. And Marcy, I know you're watching, you're one of my clients. It's cool. You just so you know, because just before I came on here, I noticed you sent me a message and I went on to look. So don't think I'm talking about you. Marcy's a paying client and I absolutely adore her. She's totally fine to message me. But the people who don't pay you but still want your information, and they want that tailored information from you, so they're going in and they're asking very specific questions around their business and whatever else. Now, I've always said, get them out of your inbox and curate content around their questions. So don't stop them. Don't tell people, stop asking me questions. Just set a boundary and say, this is what my paid clients pay for, and it would be unfair of me to give you this, this information when other people are paying for that. But I will do, for instance, I really find this question very interesting. I'm going to turn this into a training, or I'm going to turn this into, I'm going to answer on my Facebook page or group or wherever it is that you're at. And that you can then deliver it on a kind of a group level where more people, your whole entire audience, can benefit from that content. So you're maximizing your time. You're really, you're really answering questions that are coming direct from your ideal clients, bearing in mind, are they your ideal client? If they are, great. Use that information and go out there and actually, help on a wider level. So it's great, leverage that, but know where your boundaries are. And I broke this boundary, and I not only broke that boundary, I've also encouraged it, because I felt like I needed to give more. I wanted to give more and more and more and more and more to my audience, to the point where I started to train people to see that I would give away tailored information for free via Q&As, and not even just Q&As. These were Q&As with a massive punch. I was coaching people live. I was, yes, not physically, but they were, I was answering their questions as they go. They would come back with the next level, and then I would go back again with more feedback, and it's not their fault, because I asked them to do it. It's not those people's fault. It's my fault. But you've got to set boundaries, and you need to train your audience to buy. And what I don't want to for people to think here is that I'm associating people like they're robots or dogs or automatons, like train them. But at the end of the day, I'm part of other audiences, and I know that good salespeople, and if you're not serving if you're not selling, by the way, but good salespeople will absolutely train me early on that I'm going to give you this, but I'm also going to offer you this. I'm expecting you to buy from me. Not that you have to buy from me, but I'm expecting you to. Because if you want that extra layer, if you want to know more, if you want to get more in depth, if you want more in terms of tailored information and implementation, then this is the point in which you pay for that information. End of. But I'd stopped doing that, and I got so emotionally attached to my group and so emotionally attached to the people there that I wanted them to succeed so badly, and I wanted them to love me, and I wanted to be this amazing leader. But what I became was a parent. I became a parent that clothed, fed, cleaned, did everything, and really spoon-fed that information in the hope that those people would then come back to me. Now, this is the exact reason why when it comes to our discovery calls in the coaching world, or sales calls, whatever you want to call them, our initial call that we have with people, this is why we shouldn't coach, consult, give expert advice, because people run away with half a piece of information. They think they've got it, but they don't have the bigger picture. They don't have the wider process. I very much dislike one-day intensives for me. I'm not saying for other people, and I've been on one-day intensive myself, and they're fine. But for my business, it doesn't work, because I know that the process is needed. The time, time and clarity are very, very closely related. And I know, Marcy, you will know this very well from our recent conversations, is that you need to give it time to sink in. You need to give it time for the penny to drop. Clarity comes when it comes. You can help it along, you can guide it, you can accelerate the process, absolutely. But unfortunately, there is still time element in that. And by dropping like bombs and helping people with like little nickety bits that they then think, oh yeah, that makes sense, absolutely, and they run off and they think they've got it, and then when it doesn't work, then they're like, well, it doesn't work, and then you're then associated with it doesn't work. But actually, they just needed the entire process. They needed to go through the whole thing for everything to make sense, and for it to embed, and for it to work, and for it to be implemented. So that's the rule that I broke. That's the mistake that I made, and that's the mistake that I'm going to be rectifying moving forward. You guys within my audience and as a follower are still going to get incredible content. You're still going to get incredible value via lives and freebies and things that I create. But I'm also going to be very sharp on, this is the point in which I expect, if you want to know more, that you have to pay me. And so it's just really, really understanding that and really being firm with those boundaries. What's your opinion on that? I would absolutely love to see. I can see we've got 5 people viewing. If anybody has a view on what I've just said in terms of Q&As and things like that, because I know a lot of people do them. For me, the balance comes on a Q&A where you're able to answer questions short and sharp and give, answer the questions. But the back and forth becomes tailored information. And that's when I feel that the boundaries blur, and then it stops being that, that first level help, and it starts moving into the depths of coaching or paid for help. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what other people's views are on that. But that is where I'm at. So I'm on my page. This is my focus from now on. I'm going to be building a community. I want this page to be buzzing. I want it to be an amazing community, and I'm sure it will. It will take time, as all business pages do when they're first starting out. And yes, I have over 1,000 likes on my page, which is incredible. But in terms of engagement, and I'm just going to be real with everyone here, and if you're viewing me for the first time, because again, this is new territory for both you and I, I'm very real, and I will talk very honestly, and I'm not going to give you any BS about what might be, or all that kind of stuff, and allude to things when it's not the truth. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. And I'll be very honest with you, the engagement on this page isn't as good as it could be. It's okay, but I know it's going to get better, and I can see other pages out there which are incredible. And so again, with my whole ethos of we can create our own success, and everything that we see is a tool, and we just need to use it correctly. So I'm working with some incredible experts, Liz Melville, Jessica Lorimer, and my amazing VA, Alessia. We're all working together to try and boost the engagement on this page, and I'm going to do my very best personally to ensure that we generate an amazing community, a worthwhile community, and a place where you can come and experience the gold that I have to give you. So that's my plan moving forward, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know the people better. Again, you guys, I'm going to talk about training. I have to train you guys to comment, because in my lives in my groups, I had way more comments than this. So I just want to say, talk to me, guys. Talk to me. It would be really, really nice to get to know some of you on here. So I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen next, and creating this incredible space. So as you can see, you guys will be the first to have an official voiced announcement of my Expert Unrivaled Unlock Your USP Challenge, which is going to be the kind of mini launch to this page. So I'm really excited about it, and you can sign up for that from the what do we call them, cover photos, that's the one. You can sign up to that in the cover photo right at the top of my page. Click in there, you'll see a link, and you can sign up. This challenge will be 5 days of incredible drawing out of uniqueness. That's basically, you're going to become the unique unicorn and become so desirable. You're like this desirable diamond that's served with prosecco, because I'm hearing it so much. There's so many coaches out there that we're inundated, it's saturated. I don't know how I'm going to pull my head above the parapet. I don't know how how I can do it, because there's just too many people out there for me to even compete with. And it's just not the case, because there is always room for excellence, always room for excellence. And so that's why I've designed this challenge, to spend 5 days with you each day to look at how you can pull out your uniqueness, what makes you different, and how you can position yourself as an expert in your field away from everybody else. So I'm really excited about that. All you need to do is to join up in the cover photo. I've just received a message from lovely Marcy saying I have comments. Oh, you guys are sweet, and it's just not showing up on here. Hang on, if I click into it, please don't show my... Obviously 14 comments, it won't let me view them. That's really irritating. I'll have to come back to them, guys. I'm so sorry. You guys have been talking to me and I haven't been able to see them. It's really irritating. I'm going to come back and talk to you as soon as I finish this live. But yeah, that's where I want you to go. Go up onto my cover photo, click in there, join the challenge. It's going to be awesome. We start on the 27th of November. This Friday coming, I am going to be running an epic live on basically the supposed online crisis we're seeing. Facebook groups are imploding. Nobody's buying anything. By the way, this is what I'm hearing, not necessarily what is the truth. But, you know, there is some truth in it to some extent, and I can't deny that it's not happening. But we can either crumble at the hand of this supposed crisis, or we can really thrive and succeed. It's a choice. Success is a choice. You either choose to succeed or you choose to crumble. And if you are following me, it's likely that you're going to choose to succeed. And so if you want to succeed, come and join me on Friday, where I'm going to talk more about that. I'm going to be doing another push for my for the challenge that's happening, because I'm really excited to get that going. And yeah, it's just going to be amazing. So I'm going to be talking more about how you can rise in the online crisis and refuse to crumble at the hand of it. So yeah, that's happening Friday. And yeah, join the challenge. It's going to be awesome. And I'm really excited to see everybody interact and actually have conversations with people when I can see my comments. Thank you, Marcy, for letting me know, because it sounded like I was being really rude. I didn't mean to be. So here I am, apologising to you for the first time as I'm launching my page. There we go. So there we go. Done. I'm going to leave you, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye.